Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's McKenna. Ignore my voice. I'm kind of dying right now, but it's fine. We're not going to talk about it. What we are going to talk about is today's video. So, the very first video I posted on this channel in 2021 was a recap of 2020. I condensed everything down into like 15 minutes and gave like a rundown or like highlights reel sort of the whole year. And I decided I'm going to do it again this year. So this is about to be my highlight reel sort of thing of 2021. I just wanted to preface this by saying 2021 was a rough year for me. The first half of 2021, I was struggling a lot mentally, and um, we're gonna just focus on the positive in this video. And I'm doing much better now, so that's what matters. Uh, yeah, let's get into it. Also, real quick, I wanted to mention that my New Year's resolution last year was to post a video every week on the channel, which I obviously did. I did even more than that, and I'm super happy about that. I love looking back on the videos. So I guess kind of a resolution, but more so I'm just in the habit of doing it. I'm going to continue to try to post every single week on this channel for this year as well. And my other New Year's resolution regarding fitness is in my resolutions video that I posted yesterday. So let's get into the recap. January of 2021, I spent New Year's up at Shane's house, of course, as you saw at the end of the 2020 video. This feels like a lifetime ago, to be honest. I spent January kind of just chilling, to be honest. I was officially a college graduate and done with school, which was awesome. So I just spent a ton of time with my friends and my family. I did go to Louisiana, so I checked off another state off my bucket list this month. I wasn't in much of a rush to find a job right away. I mean, I was looking and applying, but I was definitely taking my time with it and enjoying some downtime. Bethany also had Abby this month, and she was such a light in a really dark time for me, and I am forever grateful for that. I was going out a lot with Skylar and Brooke, going to Ron's and the bar on the weekends, but obviously spending as much time with that little cutie as I possibly could. Um, the beginning of this year was really hard for me, like I said, and I was struggling with a lot mentally from the previous year and just dealing with grief and some light trauma. I don't know if trauma is the right word, but so having the little one to kind of refresh your perspective on life was really necessary and needed and just came at the right time for me, which I appreciate. And Chunk loved her too. February, pretty much the same thing. I was still looking for work. I was with Beth and Abby like every single day, basically. I was accepted into a graduate program at Western Illinois University this month, but ultimately I decided not to pursue grad school right away, and I'm so glad I didn't. Shane and I did split up during February, I think is when it was. I desperately needed some time to deal with what I was dealing with and to just get through it and focus on myself, and I got that, and I needed it desperately. We're back together now, so it's all good, but yeah, it was a rough time for sure, but cute babies, so it's all fine. Look how cute Chunk is. He's weird. I was actively doing interviews and stuff during this time as well, just looking for the perfect position. It snowed. Also, in February, my mom and stepdad finally got married. So this was their venue, and it was super cute. It was it was just a perfect little ceremony for them. This is Abigail. And of course, during this time, like COVID was still very much a thing. And everyone knows the US government, the states, the rules changed all the time. So everything was very back and forth. I kind of, as you can see, like had my bubble of Bethany, the baby, and then Skylar and Brooke and the kids. That's basically the only people that I saw aside from a few other people here and there. That Zoom call that was just on there was actually the interview for the position that I'm at now, which is kind of crazy. I was babysitting still during this time because I was watching Lennon here. That clip is sideways, but it's fine. Abby already looks so much more grown. I spent a ton of time with my grandparents this year, and I am so, so, so glad that I was able to do that despite COVID. I mean, it definitely made it harder, but I made that a priority to see them. I also hit 100 followers on my YouTube channel, and I started the job at Beck. And it has been an amazing first job. I've been here for about 8 months now, and I love it. I think I'm ready to move on from it, but it was an amazing, amazing first job. This was Easter. That's my lab. So much happened this year. Holy cow. Beth and me at Ron's. Oh, and Brooke. I also got a chance to go up and visit my friend Blessed and meet her little guy, which was amazing. I am so glad I got to do that this year despite COVID. Again, COVID has a tendency to mess things up a lot. So, my boots. I feel like most of this video is Abby, but that's okay because Abby was literally this first half of this year, she was like my saving grace. So, and there's Dawson. That was at his birthday party. My mom. Tig being goofy. Me and Briella doing a dinosaur puzzle. May, it's finally almost summertime. Again, we were still going out probably like every weekend at this point, or every other, but it was a fun time. My dad. Look at Abby's spiky hair. Literally, the majority of my time was spent with Beth, just chilling at the house the first half of this year, but I would not change it for anything. Some walks out at Carlisle Lake, more Dawson. I started focusing a lot on fitness and exercise, kind of as an outlet for everything I was dealing with during this time. So I was working out a lot. I was playing around with my diet. At this point, I am leaning more towards my vegan diet, and it was great. But Nana did pass away this month, which was obviously very upsetting, given all that happened last year. But we all knew it was coming. We were very prepared for that. Yeah, typical summer footage. Canoeing, lots of walks with Chunk. June, singing in the car, hanging out with Abby. I'm so grateful that I was able to successfully post a video every single week. Mom got her kitten Gizmo this month. But anyways, most of these clips are part of bigger videos that are on my channel now. And I have so many memories that I can look back and watch in conversations with people who aren't going to be here forever that are now stored. And I am so grateful that I was able to do that. This was for my graduation party. We're jamming in the car, hanging out with Abby. She's so big. More fitness, little ab check. Hanging out at work. I worked a lot. I still work a lot, but July, my birthday month. Same old stuff. Abby's growing up. Very sad, but very happy at the same time. Went out to the loading dock a few times. Out to Grafton. I look like a 12-year-old, but it's fine. Dogs fighting. Hanging out with Aiden, Brooke, and Katie. And also during this month, Shane and I kind of started talking again, and he came down to visit me just to, talk it out and hang out, and it was a great time. Brooke, shout out to Brooke for hanging out with us the whole time. Right after he left, I flew to Charleston and spent a little while out there. So that was fun. Those clips should be coming up. They're kind of out of order, but it's fine. There we go. But when Shane was visiting, we did decide to get back together, and everything worked out wonderfully. So we've been back together since August. Thankfully, I am so grateful for that. But this little trip was really nice, though. It was a good little getaway. I hung out with my mom 24/7, like always. This was my birthday. Beth came over for dinner with Abby. And then it's August. I hung out with some of my favorite kiddos. I'm losing my voice so bad right now, sorry. My mom and I drove past a car that almost exploded right by us, so that was fun. Oh, I took a trip to Vegas. I crossed off another state off my bucket list to go visit Cassie. This trip was so much fun. It was super, super short. I think I was only there for like 48 hours, but it was amazing. Look at this storm. That storm was scary. I went up to visit Shane, of course. I helped him move into his new apartment. Then he came down. We've kind of been visiting each other every 2 or 3 weeks, I would say. We went to Haley Middleton's wedding. Went to Beth's house to swim. With Abby, of course. Lots more trips to Ron's with Brooke and Skylar. More visits with Shane. We went to the grocery store to stock up his first apartment and played Mancala, kind of. And Dad got a puppy. This is Ranger. Dad's been wanting a shepherd forever, and it finally happened. And also, I got my braces off. So that was really exciting, of course. I've been waiting for that forever. September, more work. Some hanging out with Dawson. Oh, I started collecting books for the foster care system. There's Dad getting Ranger off the floor. Dawson's birthday party. Hanging out with Chunky. Some more of my kiddos. Lily passed out. We went thrifting and stuff that day. It was really fun. Lots of self-growth and self-love and mental work was done during this year. I can say that for sure. Shane and I made a trip to Peoria to go to one of his friends' weddings. That trip was a lot of fun, aside from being hungover after the wedding. We also went disc golfing. I started disc golfing a lot because Shane and Mitch disc golf. And so when Shane and I got back together, that was something we did quite frequently. So you'll see some more clips of that at the end of this video, I'm sure. Guacamole! At this point, I know I was 100% eating a vegan diet because I was having to buy like all my groceries separately from different stores and things like that. Look how grown up Abby is. Chunk still loves her. He also still loves Colden, thankfully. Work. October. Lots and lots of work. Work basically consumed my life at this point, but I got out a few times to see my friends. We went to this little like farmer's market with Tori. And more visiting my grandparents. More disc golf. See, I told you. Shane and Mitch and Steph. We all got lunch after. This was when I was up visiting him in Iowa again. We just went back and forth, like I said, like every 2 or 3 weeks we road tripped. Coffee. There was a new coffee place by our house. It was not that good though. The basement got refinished at my mom's house. And at this point, I was in the process of buying a house at this point, by the way. So there's not much, like, many clips in here that kind of show that, but I was house hunting and pretty soon around here in the process of closing on my house. We also went to Danielle's baby shower. That clip was a few clips ago, and she had her little boy now. Me and Beth, of course. Mom and I in the basement sorting her clothes. And Gizmo. Happy. Shane and I got to go to Monmouth's homecoming, so that was a fun trip. This was my first time back to campus since Shane and I like broke up, so that was interesting. And then I went back up to visit Shane for another wedding. We had one of our like classmates' weddings. And then Chunk was an octopus for Halloween. November. What happened in November? I don't remember. I hung out with Abby, of course. Beth moved into her camper, I think, in October. Yes, okay, so in November, I officially closed on my house, packed all my stuff up. Colton and Chunk were playing. I bought a bunch of furniture for my house, of course. This is Abby at my new house. Lots of shopping, lots of spending money. But it was fun. That was Shane coming down to help me move in and like get situated. And we got a kitten. How could we say no? Look at her. I mean, come on. Chunk needed a buddy in the new house. Speaking of the new house, here it is, at least part of it. There's a whole house tour video on my channel if you're interested. This was Thanksgiving. Putting up the Christmas tree on Thanksgiving with my mom. Building lots of bookshelves and doing work on my house, of course. This was Kingston's 6th birthday party. So much stuff. So many memories in the house already, which is incredible. And December. The beginning of December was so warm and weird. But it got cold, don't worry. Little bit is adorable. Abby is so grown up. She's walking and moving around and babbling. It's crazy. Such a difference from the beginning of this video. Went out with Brooke, put up our Christmas tree. Shane's down at this point. He was down for the last few weeks of December to hang out with me, which was awesome. And then we had Christmas, which was, I mean, so much fun, of course. It always is. We did our normal thing where he comes down the week before Christmas and we do Christmas with my family. And then after, on Christmas Day, we drive up to Chicago to be with his family for like through New Year's normally. So we did that same thing this year. I loved these girls. So this was us driving up actually, I think. Maybe not, unless they're out of order. I don't know. We got this for the cats for Christmas. And there's Crew and I, all the Christmas celebrations. Now we're up in Chicago. There we go. More disc golf. And then New Year's. Are we going to survive 4 hours and 10 minutes, babe?
No.
No?
Not at all.
I don't think so
You
either.
won't.
I feel like death. What if I have COVID? What if I'm starting 2022 with COVID?
That would...
Beep. We're about to play games.
Yes, updating stuff.
Why is it so dark?
That can be adjusted.
We're about to play some games, and then I'm probably going to go to bed. And this has been my 2021. My voice was going in and out a lot while I was doing the voiceovers, so hopefully it worked out. But I will see you in the next video.